Venus in Scorpio. No matter what your sun sign is, never forget this one personality trait about yourself. Alright? If you're a first time watcher, I'm Lamarr Townsend, and it is currently fall. If you're wondering why I'm wearing a sweater around my neck, I would love it if you would purchase a personal reading from me, a personal tarot reading, or birth chart reading at lamarrtownsendtarot.com. You can purchase your reading directly from my website. I would also love it if you have any questions to check out my personal ethics section, as well as the FAQ section on my website, lamarrtownsendtarot.com, okay? Also, I would love it if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification button so that you get a notification whenever I upload a new video, okay? I would also love it if you would like to follow me on Instagram and like me on Facebook. The links will be down below in the description box, okay? Now, let's talk about Scorpio. Venus in Scorpio. And why it doesn't really matter what your sun sign is, because we all have similar traits as Venus and Scorpios. Yes, if you're wondering, my Venus is in Scorpio, alright? And I'm a Capricorn sun. Now, here's what I'm talking about, okay? Let's just jump right into it, alright? So, Capricorn, I cannot stand these lint balls on my sweater. Oh my god, it's so irritating. Capricorn, did I mention I'm a Virgo rising and everything has to be perfect all the time? Capricorn, oh my god, are you serious? You're ruining the moment. Capricorn isn't too much known for being emotional, right? Capricorn is actually known for being very cold-hearted and callous sometimes, and blunt, rude, standoffish. And Venus and Scorpios tend to be the opposite. All right, now, not saying that Venus and Scorpios can't be cold, callous, rude, or standoffish. They can absolutely be those things, but there's one thing that Venus in Scorpio is very acutely aware of. Or maybe not acutely aware of, but regardless, there's one thing that Venus in Scorpio deeply craves and needs in a relationship. And it actually takes Capricorn, my sun sign, a little bit more time to kind of get there, right? Whereas Venus in Scorpio is just like immediately, this is what I needed, and if you're not giving this to me, bye-bye, you know? And it's emotional depth in a relationship, you know, like emotional intimacy. This is important for Venus and Scorpio, even if it's just a friendship, like, you know, a family relationship. Like, Venus and Scorpio craves emotional intimacy, deep emotional intimacy, and not in a sexual way, but more in a just a deep emotional way. Like, a Venus and Scorpio is a very, very emotional placement, okay? Very, very deep, though. It craves deep, deep, deep emotional connections, right? Here we have Venus, the planet Venus, that rules love, passion, romance, friendship, money, bonding, you know, and things of that nature. In Scorpio, which is ruled by Pluto and Mars. Mars is the planet of war, destruction, sexuality. Pluto is the planet of spirituality on a very deep level, right? Pluto also rules transformations and transitions, like big life changes in our lives that change us on a deep spiritual level, right? So Venus and Scorpio is always going through these moments of transformation, you know, and Venus and Scorpio is always seeking, you know, to connect with someone on that same kind of level. But unfortunately, Venus and Scorpio finds that most people are very surface level, right? Very shallow. And then sometimes, you know, as Venus and Scorpios, we're forced to deal with these people because of, you know, circumstances, you know, because of, you know, whatever, right? We're just forced to deal with these kind of people. But there inevitably becomes a point, Venus and Scorpio, and mind you, it does not matter what your sun sign is. You could have a Scorpio sun, or a Leo sun, and you still need that, you know, deep connection, especially in love relationships, right? Like, especially in connections to your money and your career. Like, you have to love what you do. You have to really have a deep passion. Everything has to be deep, right? So it can be difficult to kind of fill that void, especially when you have a sun sign like mine, Capricorn, who isn't so deep, or say a sun sign like Virgo, maybe, or Libra, right, or Gemini. These are kind of like Libra and Gemini can be very shallow. Okay, no shade. Oh, that was really weird. Where'd that come from? There's literally a hair. I don't know if you can see it. There's a hair kind of just gliding along. It's actually really, really cool. I wish you could see it right now. I don't know if you saw it kind of go by on camera. I'm hoping it goes by. Okay, it's going down now. All right, well, that was a moment. But anyways, Libra and Gemini tend to be weird spiritual things like that happen sometimes. It's really interesting. Um, Libra and Gemini tend to be very surface level. All right, kind of shallow zodiac signs sometimes. All right, it is what it is. I'm a Libra moon. Okay, so I can definitely tend to be shallow and surface level sometimes. But regardless, with that Venus in Scorpio, I ultimately need that depth. I need to connect with you on a deep emotional level. And if I feel like that connection is not there, if I feel like that passion is not there for what I'm doing, if I cannot connect to what I'm doing on an emotional level, then I'm not going to stick with that thing for a long time. That relationship probably won't be a long term relationship for me, right? Once again, whether it's a friendship or a love relationship, because the emotional intimacy isn't there. The depth that I crave, that I need for my soul as a Venus in Scorpio, is not there. Now, should I feel bad about that as a Capricorn? Should I feel bad about my very sensitive nature, and my need for emotional intimacy? No. And I think that's where we sometimes fault ourselves and maybe even sabotage ourselves as Venus and Scorpios, right? Because we feel like we think, no, we don't even feel, we think we should feel one way. But instead we feel a certain way, right? But sometimes we don't understand why we feel that way. I'm here to tell you it's because you're a Venus in Scorpio. And if you don't know what your Venus is in, maybe your Venus is in Scorpio if you feel this way constantly. All right? The only other water signs I could think of would be maybe a Venus in Pisces and Venus in Cancer, but not even a Venus in Pisces or a Venus in Cancer. Maybe a Venus in Aries, but not even a Venus in Aries. Like a Scorpio's emotional need for a Venus in Scorpio, especially emotional need for depth is it runs deep. All right. So if it's just not there, you know, how's that working for you so far, right? It tends to not work so well for me, which is why I, as a Capricorn sun, end up cutting a lot of people off, right? Because it's just the depth isn't there. It's very surface level, shallow. You know, and I can't blame it on anything else other than my Scorpio, my Venus in Scorpio, my Pluto conjunct Scorpio as well. I think I do have Pluto conjunct because I'm a Capricorn sun, not shallow, but deep, but not like forthcoming with their depth, right? Virgo rising, same kind of thing. Virgos can be deep, but they're very kind of bottled up kind of people, right? Libra moon, very surface level, kind of a little bit shallow, vain, kind of, but friendly with everyone, peaceful, harmonious kind of people, right? No shade to Libras. I love Libras. And then my Mars and Mercury in Sagittarius. So Sagittarius can tend to be very kind of surface level people sometimes, although they definitely have the capability of being deep. It's usually masked and hidden by some type of humor or, mask that the Sag puts on. So overall, not very deep placements in the most prominent placements in my chart, right? But that Venus and Scorpio, man, woo, let me tell you, it comes through strong, okay? My need for depth and emotional intimacy, all right, in relationships is very, very strong. And I know I'm not the only one that has a Venus in Scorpio. But you know what? I don't feel bad about it anymore. I don't. I'm not feeling bad about it. And if you can't give me that, well then I have to say goodbye because as a Venus in Scorpio, I cannot settle for anything less than what I deserve. And I deserve relationships with intimacy, with emotional intimacy. Let me rephrase, with emotional intimacy and emotional depth. I don't want to gossip about Billy and Joe, Susan and Rachel. Like, I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Know what your, how your job is going and blah, blah, blah. Like, no. How have you been feeling lately? What have you been going through? Like, like, how have those things changed you? Like, have you experienced a breakup recently? How did that change you? Like, what, like, I need to know deeper. I don't care about all that surface level crap. Like, let's dig deeper here. That's what I need. And vice versa. Like, I need to be able to go to you and be like, I feel like this. Like, I'm having like a moment, and I need like someone to talk. Like, you know what I'm saying? I need that depth, right? We're deep people, Venus and Scorpios, okay? And that's why people love us and fear us at the same time. It is what it is, alright? Thank you for listening and watching. I would love it if you would contact me for your own personal tarot reading at lamarrtownsendtarot.com. Also, you can purchase your own birth chart reading, okay? If you have any questions, check out the FAQ section as well as the personal ethics section, okay? I would also love it if you would like me on Facebook and follow me on Instagram, okay? And I appreciate you guys for listening and watching, alright? Subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification button so that you get a notification on your phone, on your tablet, on your computer, or wherever you're watching this, on your TV, whenever I upload a new video, alright? Thank you. Venus and Scorpio, keep being deep, alright? But maintain your emotional balance, okay? And don't be afraid to cut out those who do not give you what you need, which is emotional depth and emotional security, all right? And emotional intimacy. A safe space to be your emotional, crazy, not crazy, but like, spontaneous, deep self, all right? I could go on and on, okay? Thank you guys. Bye.